Stop acting like life owes you guarantees. Winners don't wait to feel confident. They act as if success is a damn certainty. You want to change your life? Then act like you always come out on top. Because if you don't, who the hell will? The world rewards confidence, not hesitation. When you act as if success is inevitable, you stop begging for validation and start demanding results. This mindset separates the high performers from the excuse makers. In this video, I'll give you 6 power principles to help you dominate life by acting like victory is your birthright. Confidence is not something that magically appears when things go right or when you've reached the top. It's not a reward you earn after success. It's a decision you make before you even start the journey. Most people, especially those stuck in mediocrity, wait for a moment when they feel ready to take on challenges, to speak up, to take the leap. That's weak thinking. That's the thinking of someone who's afraid to fail, afraid to look foolish, afraid to be wrong. But let me tell you something. If you're waiting for confidence to show up as a consequence of your success, you're going to be waiting a long time. Champions don't wait to feel confident. They decide they're confident before the results are even in sight. Confidence is like a muscle that you build through action. It's a choice, a decision you make when no one is watching. It's something you commit to, regardless of how you feel at the moment. Winners understand that if you don't take control of your confidence, the world will step in and control it for you. Life will throw your curveballs. People will criticize, and you'll face failure after failure. But when you choose to be confident, none of that matters. You keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear, even when the odds are stacked against you. You act as if victory is inevitable, because in your mind, it already is. Most people underestimate the power of acting with unshakable confidence before seeing the results. This is where the game is won. When you show up in the world with the attitude that you deserve to win, that you belong in the spaces you occupy, you automatically start attracting opportunities. People gravitate toward confidence. They want to work with you, they want to collaborate, and they want to support you because confidence is contagious. And that, my friend, is how you create momentum. But here's the secret. Confidence doesn't come from external validation. It doesn't come from the applause of others. It comes from within. It's about knowing your worth, even when the world isn't acknowledging it. It's about trusting that your actions will lead to success, even when your current situation doesn't reflect that success yet. So when you show up, you don't wait for permission to step into your power. You claim it. You act like you've already won. If you want to achieve anything extraordinary in life, you have to step into the role of the winner first. You have to become the person who takes action without hesitation, who makes decisions without doubting themselves, who puts in the work even when no one is watching. That's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who get left behind. It's not the person who waits for the perfect moment or the one who waits for their confidence to show up. It's the one who takes risks, who goes all in, and who decides to be confident every damn day. When you decide to be confident, you stop waiting for the world to give you permission. You stop asking for validation. You stop wondering if you're good enough. Instead, you act as if you are, and that energy makes all the difference. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Choose to be confident today, right now, and watch how your entire life changes. Your success is waiting for you to claim it. But first, you have to act like it's already yours. Your energy shapes your outcome, period. It's not some fluffy self-help quote, it's battlefield-tested truth. You can have the skills, the knowledge, the credentials, but if you walk into the room like you don't belong there, you've already lost. People don't respond to what you say, they respond to what you project. Confidence is contagious, but so is insecurity. You think you can fake it? You think mumbling your goals and shuffling in the opportunities like a scared little mouse is going to make people believe in you? Hell no. They'll step over you, ignore you, forget you existed. The moment you enter a room, you're broadcasting a signal. That signal says one of two things: I am here to dominate, or please don't notice me. And life doesn't reward the invisible. It rewards the undeniable. Your posture, your eye contact, your tone of voice, these are your weapons. Use them. When you speak, speak like your words carry weight, because they do. When you walk, walk like you've already claimed the ground you're stepping on. You're not asking permission to win, you're declaring it. You ever see how top performers carry themselves? They don't flinch. They don't second guess. Even when the world's on fire, they move with certainty. That's not arrogance. That's energy control. They've trained themselves to radiate power, and people follow power. Whether you're in a boardroom, on stage, or in front of one person, your energy sets the tone before you ever open your mouth. And if it's weak, you've lost before the conversation begins. Weak posture, that tells the world you doubt yourself. Soft voice, that screams fear. Scattered eye contact, you just told everyone you're unsure. Every signal you send either builds trust or destroys it. That's why acting as if isn't about pretending. It's about commanding. It's about walking in like the result is already sealed, not because you're lying to yourself, but because you refuse to entertain failure. You exude belief, and belief bends the world in your favor. This doesn't mean you won't have doubts. It doesn't mean you won't face rejection. But when your energy is aligned with success, you don't break, you break through. The room listens differently. The conversation shifts. People respect you, not because they understand you, but because they feel you. And make no mistake, people don't remember words, they remember presence. So don't just show up. Show up like it's already yours. Speak with conviction. Move with intention. Carry yourself like the outcome is inevitable. Because when your energy says, I win, the world starts to agree. Not because it was guaranteed, but because you made it so. Winners don't sit around hoping that things will go their way. They don't wait for the universe to send them a sign or hope that the stars align. They walk into every situation with one purpose: to take control and make things happen. Losers react to circumstances, but leaders step up and create their own circumstances. They don't wait for life to hand them opportunities. They go out and seize them. This is the difference between being a victim of your circumstances and being the master of them. When you're reacting to life, you're always at the mercy of whatever comes your way. You're constantly trying to adjust to situations, hoping they work out in your favor. But that's not how empires are built. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who take action. Leaders don't let life dictate their path, they choose how they respond to obstacles, and they choose how they approach every challenge. Think about it. Every successful person you admire didn't get to where they are by hoping that things would work out for them. They got there by making decisions, taking risks, and moving forward when others would have hesitated. Whether it's a business deal, a workout, or a high-stakes moment in your personal life, the ability to command the situation is everything. When you walk into a room, do you enter it with the attitude of someone who's ready to take over, or are you quietly hoping things will go smoothly? Winners enter the room like they already own it. They know what they want, and they go after it without fear, without hesitation. They don't leave their success up to chance. They create it through their actions. The more you step into life that level of certainty, the more you start to realize that. The world bends to that kind of energy. Stop playing defense. Playing defense means you're reacting to the moves of others. You're always adjusting to circumstances, always waiting for someone else to make the first move. That's a losing mindset. Offense, on the other hand, is about being proactive. It's about asserting your will on the world around you. It's about deciding what you want and making it happen, no matter what the obstacles are. Offense builds empires. When you start playing offense in your own life, you begin to see the power you have over your circumstances. You stop being a victim and become a creator. You stop waiting for people to give you permission to succeed, and you take the permission for yourself. That's the mindset of a leader. Someone who doesn't wait for things to fall into place, but creates the opportunities that lead to success. It's easy to sit back and wait for the perfect moment to act. But guess what? The perfect moment never comes. The perfect time to take control is now. You can't afford to sit back and wait for the right circumstances to fall into your lap. You need to make things happen, take risks, and lead with the confidence that you can command the outcome you want. Every decision you make, every action you take should be made with the understanding that you are in control and you are the one driving your success forward. So stop reacting to life. Step up, take control, and command your future. Mindset isn't some mystical force that works in your favor just because you wish it to. It's not some fluffy concept that's going to magically change your life. It's muscle, raw, hard, and something you have to build day in and day out. Just like any athlete or warrior trains their body, you have to train your mind relentlessly with the same discipline, intensity, and consistency. You don't just think positive and hope for the best. You train your brain to perform at the highest level, to conquer adversity, to reject self-doubt, and to execute without hesitation. The first step is understanding that your mindset, just like any muscle, needs consistent conditioning. This doesn't happen overnight, and it's not about reading a couple of inspirational quotes on Instagram or listening to a few feel-good podcasts. It's about committing to an unwavering process, day in and day out. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by passively hoping for success to show up. They forged their mindset through repetition, through constant pushing, and through embracing discomfort. Daily affirmations are one tool, but they're just the start. You need to drill into your subconscious that you are capable of achieving what others deem impossible. It's not about reciting hollow words. It's about putting those words into action. When you tell yourself you're the best, your brain starts to believe it. But don't stop there. Make your actions align with those words. Back up your affirmations with results. If you say you're a fighter, then get in the ring and prove it every single day. Visualization is another key to training your mind. Picture yourself succeeding, but not just once. Do it daily. See the challenges, the obstacles, and the victories. See yourself crushing them. That image becomes a blueprint for your brain, a guide for your actions. It's like a map that helps you navigate the battlefield of life, one step at a time. But don't fool yourself into thinking that visualization alone will make you successful. Good one, it's not a magic trick, it's preparation. Your mind needs to see where you're going, but your body needs to take the steps to get there. Rejection is part of the game. If you're not being rejected, you're not pushing hard enough. Most people crumble when they face rejection. They internalize it, take it personally, and let it halt their progress. But rejection is an essential part of growth. It's feedback, not failure. You must train your mind to see rejection as a tool, not a roadblock. The more you embrace rejection, the more you'll strengthen your resilience, and the faster you'll move towards success. Understand that every no is just one step closer to the yes that will change your life. Repetition is the secret sauce. You can't train your brain once and expect it to stay strong. Just like you can't work out once and expect to have a chiseled body, you can't think positive once and expect to have a bulletproof mindset. It's the small actions done consistently over time that forge the mental toughness you need. The key is to do the hard stuff every day. Build that mental endurance by doing what others won't do, by embracing the grind when it's uncomfortable. That's what separates the winners from the losers. Winners train relentlessly, even when it seems like there's no immediate reward. This is war, not therapy. Therapy is for processing emotions, understanding yourself, and finding peace. Training your mind is about domination. It's about sharpening your mental weapons until they're lethal. You're not here to heal, you're here to win. You build that unshakable armor through discipline, through pushing yourself further than you thought possible, and by never, ever quitting. If you want to succeed, you have to treat your mindset like a muscle. Work it hard, grow it, and protect it from anything that could weaken it. When you truly adopt the mindset that you always come out on top, everything changes. You stop entertaining the idea of mediocrity. In fact, you start rejecting it at every turn. You stop accepting anything less than excellence in your work, your relationships, and especially in how you view yourself. The world around you is a reflection of the standards you set for yourself. And once you raise those standards, everything else has to rise to meet them. Now, let's be honest. We all know people who are stuck in the same place year after year. They're the ones complaining about how things never change, how life keeps holding them back, and how they try so hard but can't seem to get ahead. The problem is not with the world, it's with their standards. Mediocrity has crept into their lives because they've allowed it. They've become comfortable with being good enough. And that's exactly why they're not getting the results they want. You have to make a choice. Are you going to continue to accept good enough, or are you going to demand greatness from yourself and those around you? You cannot expect to live an extraordinary life if your standards are mediocre. You can't expect to run a successful business if you don't hold yourself and your team to the highest possible expectations. If you tolerate sloppiness, inconsistency, or complacency in any area of your life, that's exactly what you'll get. The moment you refuse to entertain mediocrity, you create an entirely new reality. Suddenly, your business starts to thrive because you've set a standard of excellence for yourself and your employees. You raise the bar on your personal development, pushing yourself to improve, learn, and grow constantly. You begin to attract a higher quality of people into your life because the standard you set for yourself becomes the standard you expect from others. This isn't about perfection. It's about refusing to settle for anything that doesn't align with your vision of success. It's about holding yourself accountable to a higher level of performance, whether you're working on a big project or simply showing up for your daily responsibilities. You get what you tolerate. And if you tolerate mediocrity, that's what you'll get every single time. When you stop accepting mediocrity, you realize that there's no room for excuses. It's not about luck, it's about discipline and commitment to a higher standard. Winners don't find excuses, they find solutions. They don't stop at good enough because they know that the only way to truly win is to be relentless in their pursuit of excellence. They don't allow themselves to fall into comfort zones or waste time with people who aren't aligned with their mission. The same goes for how you treat yourself. If you're selling for average habits, average effort, and an average mindset, that's exactly what you'll continue to get. Mediocrity doesn't just apply to other people, it applies to you too. If you want to be a high achiever, you need to live like one. Your daily habits, your choices, your mindset, they all have to reflect the high standards you've set for your life. Every action, every decision should be in alignment with the person you're striving to become. So raise your standards and everything will change. When you refuse to tolerate anything less than excellence, your world will shift. Mediocrity doesn't stand a chance. When you choose to live a life of high standards, your future depends on it. Listen up. This world isn't fair, and it doesn't owe you a damn thing. But when you walk through life like a man or woman who always comes out on top, it starts to believe you. You start to believe you. And belief backed by execution, that's how legacies are built. Now stop hesitating, act as if. Or stay average, your move.